Welcome back to another episode of College Football Unabridged. Today we're going to talk about the South Florida Bulls. Coming off really good seasons under Alex Golesh, who left and went to Auburn and pretty much took South Florida Bulls with them. So bringing in Brian Hartline, who's been a fantastic recruiter, great receiver coach at Ohio State. Looked pretty good as offensive coordinator. How much of that is him? How much of it was Ryan Day? I think he's a good coach. See how he does without the Ohio State brand behind him. To see how he does recruiting. See how he does as a coach. It's a transfer portal team. They have Michael Van Buren coming over from LSU via Mississippi State. Hasn't really been that great. Kind of this average at best. And then you have Luke Kromenhawk coming over from Mississippi State via Florida State. Again, just kind of average at best quarterbacks. They're going to be competing for the starting quarterback. A lot of they got transfer running backs. They got DJ Crowther from Dartmouth there, Caleb Cook from Georgia Southern, Cash Hudson from Missouri State. Just kind of guys, nothing really standing out as like, Crowther had almost a little over 1,300 yards in his time at Dartmouth, but that's over 31 games. Just kind of getting the guys on the field, filling the roster out. And I think it's going to be more of kind of get the guys in this year just to fill a team and then see how next year goes with a recruiting cycle, with a transfer portal cycle, see how Hartline does this year, and then bringing in people. There's just not a whole lot to on offensive wise that really stands out that makes you go, oh, we got to watch out for South Florida because of this guy. It's just kind of a lot of guys, kind of a lot of, I hate to say it that way, but kind of a lot of warm bodies, so to speak. Just kind of, they're there. Hopefully something comes out of it, but we have to see how that all comes together this year. Defensively now, they brought in some guys, a lot of transfers. Defensive end CJ Hicks comes over from Ohio State. They're bringing in Pup Howard from Florida. He started off at South Carolina. Solid linebacker. Teddy Foster coming over, corner coming over from Florida as well. They bring in Tavion Beasley from BYU and in the cornerback room, along with Amarian Fortenberry, corner out of Kansas State coming over. So they got some Power 4 starters or potential starters coming over. It's a matter of how everybody gels in a new system and a new team. But the defense looks pretty legit. Maybe can keep them in games while the offense kind of gets their feet wet. Last year, obviously, 9-4, had a great season. But then the entire team is now in Auburn, Alabama. So it's really hard to gauge anything off of last year. Even more so than any other team, but especially this team. Scheduling wise this year, they start off, they got FIU, they got to go at Army. They got Delaware State, Bowling Green, Temple, UTSA, Kent State, UAB, Eastern Carolina, Memphis, FAU, Tulane. Nothing on that schedule jumps out at you as oh no, we're going to lose that game. Maybe a UTSA, but even with that, it's that's about halfway through the season, so maybe you get your feet underneath you by that point. It's a really easy start. I mean, at Army, anytime you play Service Academy, it's going to be difficult. So they do got to play at Army, week 2. Outside of that, it's very winnable games. It looks to be should be a somewhat decent season. I think it'll be a little bit of a setback from last year, but with a new system, a new coach, new players, everything like that. Looking at 7-win season here, and I think that you'll be happy with that. Being the first year with a first-year head coach, bringing it with all the turnover, and then see how they go recruiting wise in the portal going into 2027. But it shouldn't be a complete disaster of a season, but definitely a letdown from last year. So around 7-win season should be good with the potential to be more than that. Just kind of 7 wins as a kind of lowballing it in a way, kind of right in the middle. All right, so look forward to seeing Brian Hartline, what this team can do.